Well, as you can see, they didn't really have a whole lot going on that I was interested in at TJ Maxx. When I got to Ross, there was actually a few things. It was a pretty solid selection, and a few things I put off getting for the longest time, like Obsession Night. I've been interested by that one for a while now, and I've put off getting it many times, but I figured why not? I'd go ahead and grab it, grab another penguin fragrance, and so on. We'll bust them open. We'll check them out. So, like I said, Obsession Night, Calvin Klein, adding to the penguin collection with Premium Blend, and then one I've never seen before, Guess Man Forever. So it's a 75 ml. It was 20 bucks. I figured why not, because Guess Man Gold was a really good cheapie find. I spent 15 going rate for these penguin fragrances, and then I believe it was 25 for Obsession Night, which is a 4-ounce bottle. 4.2 ounce actually. It's 125 ml. So let's bust these bad boys open and see what they smell like, and I'm gonna start with this one. So like I said, we are going to start with Obsession Night. We are just going to go ahead and do on skin, because that's always the best way to find out everything. So I actually don't have the original Obsession. That was one of my dad's favorite fragrances. Maybe one day I'll break down and get a bottle. Look how reflective that is. It has this deep blue that's a gradient into black. The light's actually not doing it enough justice. Been a while since I've had an Obsession bottle in my hand. Super cheap plastic cap, but it is that translucent blue. We're going to go right on the hand with this one. It's spray and a half. I've looked at the notes on this one before, and if I recall, I want to say it's more of a sweet fragrance, hence nighttime. I'm hoping it's spicy and sweet, though. We shall see. Vanilla. Definitely smell vanilla. Got a little bit of a licorice smell going. I wonder if licorice is in here. Star anise, anise, I think that's how you say it. Star anise, licorice. It's got to be something like that. Kind of an orangey type of smell up top as well. This is actually quite interesting. This doesn't smell like a bunch of other evening, nighttime, date night fragrances that I have. So this is an extremely pleasant surprise. I like that. It's like almost like a blood orange kind of smell. I have no idea if that's in the note breakdown, and I want to say I recall there being some star anise in here. That might be what's given this licorice type of smell. Definitely some vanilla here. And there's some sort of spice. Not really a pepper. Probably something along the lines of, I don't know. Who knows? Could just be that star anise adding that dark spice that I'm getting. Could be some cardamom. I don't believe it's pepper, but there could be some pepper in here too. Aromatic, sweet, spicy, but not too spicy, and not too sweet. Kind of the sweet spice balance is there. It's a pretty good balance. I can't stop smelling this. I don't know if you can see on camera. I can't stop smelling it. I really, really like this. For 25 bucks, this ain't too damn shabby. I'll be damned. This is going to be a good little evening wear fragrance in the fall, or even during the day in the fall. This isn't too bad. Darker fragrance, sweet, spicy, aromatic, a little fresh up top, but not much. Not super strong either. Not real potent. I guess that kind of works for the night theme. That freshness is kind of gone. It's just a smooth, almost creamy, lightly sweet spice. I like this. Glad I picked it up. I've been missing out. Is it groundbreaking and mind-blowing? No, not something you need to rush out and get. But I'm sure there's some of you that are watching this video that have this or had this in the past and probably like it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a great fragrance, but I'm going to say It's a very solid fragrance. I would put like a 6 on this. This is a decent, cheap evening wear fragrance that doesn't smell really synthetic. Solid offering from Calvin Klein. 4.2 ounce big bottle for $25. This is not too shabby right here. Doesn't smell dated and mature. It smells kind of like if you took Mont Blanc Legend Night and mixed it with Armani Code, kind of blend them together, kind of what you would get right here. Some of the features, the sweetness, maybe the little bit of the cardamom type of sweet spice going, and that aromatic nature, the lavender of Legend Night, and then you take that star anise, that dark sweet spice, you know, sexiness of that star anise can provide in a fragrance from Armani Code. You put those together, and I feel like this is what you'll get. That would be tonka bean from Armani Code instead of vanilla, but it could be tonka bean, but if I remember correctly, I want to say it's vanilla. It smells like vanilla. This is solid. I would give it a 6 out of 10. I definitely like it. Obsession Night. Next, let's check out Guess Man Forever. No idea. Never seen it online before. Never seen anybody talk about it before. Damn, that's a cool combination. It's a light blue and gunmetal. The last one was purple on the glass with a semi-gloss gold. Pretty damn cool looking. I mean, completely irrelevant. Does not matter in the grand scheme of things. We'll go right here on the forearm. About a spray and a half, roughly. It's familiar. Ooh, it's very familiar. It's bubblegummy sweet, but not quite Invictus. Very, very sweet. Very, very, very fruity sweet. Wow. Okay. Familiar, but not distinctive. So I'm kind of excited by this. I'm sure you can tell. So this smells playful, youthful, fresh, fruity, attractive. Bubblegummy with a little touch of spice in the background. It just kind of hits me as I pull away. Like it's an afterthought. It's in the background. It's the part of the trail. This is different. I don't have another fragrance that smells like Guess Man Forever. These Guess fragrances have been throwing me for a loop lately. It's been good, cheap Guess fragrance after good, cheap Guess fragrance. I mean, they're Guess fragrances. They're all cheap. I guess I don't need to say cheap, but they have all been some nice little gems. Seductive Homme Noir. It smells incredible. Guess Man Gold. Smells incredible. 1981 was solid. You guys know I love 1981 Los Angeles. This is very sweet. And it's not too synthetic. It's not screechy, sharp synthetic. It's synthetic, but it's not too synthetic. It's not bad. I'll be damned. There's a little bit of spice creeping in, but there's a lot of sweetness here. It's almost like a cinnamon that's kind of creeping in for this warm spice that I'm getting in the background. There was a blast of fresh and sweet up top, but now it's more so sweet, woody, and a little warm spicy. And just a little bit, not much. It's not a spicy, I wouldn't sit here and call it a really spicy fragrance. It's got this bubblegummy type of smell. It doesn't smell like Argos. It doesn't smell like Invictus. But it does kind of have a bubblegum type of smell. This is interesting. If you see this one out there, guys, roll the dice. I'm curious to see what a lot of you think about it. Or those of you that have come across this and rolled the dice, please let me know in the comments what you think about it. I have no clue what the notes are. I always go into these things as blind as possible. Obsession Night, I'm kind of familiar with the notes. It's been a long time since I've looked, but I've been eyeing that one for a long time. But this was just a random fragrance I came across that I'd never seen before. And I'll be damned, I like how this smells. This smells really good, guys. Really, really good. Playful. Nothing serious here. T-shirt. You can wear this in the evenings if you like really sweet fragrances. But this is fresh enough to where I think it's just a daytime, fall, spring, even winter sweet fragrance. It doesn't smell really complex. It doesn't smell like there's a lot of depth. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty linear. What I'm getting right now is going to be kind of the rest of the way. But it does have this bubblegummy sweetness, a little bit of fruitiness maintaining some of that freshness that was there in the opening. It's not as fresh as it was. There's a creamy, woody nature coming in, which I'm sure is probably sandalwood. I could be wrong here. And it smells like a little bit of cinnamon, which I could be wrong there as well, but there's a little bit of this warm spice that I believe is cinnamon. I really like this. I like this more so than Obsession Night, which I was happy with. I'm even happier with this. I'm going to give this one a damn 7 out of 10. I like how this smells. On the paper, maybe terrible. On skin, I'm really jiving with this stuff. I think it's good. The color scheme is pretty cool too. Irrelevant to the scent, but I can't stop smelling this one. I'm curious. I'm going to have to look online and see if I can find a note breakdown or some information on this one somewhere, because I'm very curious on what the note breakdown is that's making it this bubblegummy sweetness, and I want to see if I'm right or not with that cinnamon. But Guess Man Forever, this is the one to beat in the video. This is the one that's making me the happiest for sure. Now, I've smelled this before. This is pretty much just me adding to the collection to complete, you know, it's not going to complete the line. I still need an iconic blend. Yeah, I think that's the one I still need, because I have most of them. This is definitely the coolest looking of the bottles because it's that clear frosted. I always have liked that about it. I have smelled this one a few times in the past. We'll go ahead and spray it on top of the hand. Give it a good spray and a half. It's very fruity, fresh. If I remember correctly, I want to say there's some mint in here. I don't remember exactly. Whew. Look at that shine. I know you can see it very easily. A lot of juice right there, guys. A lot of juice. Minty, fresh, like a grapefruit kind of smell. Grapefruit and mint is what it smells like. Icy. It's an icy type of fragrance. Very cooling, refreshing type of scent. Great for a super hot summer's day. Yep, this is a solid fragrance. All of them are. The only one I don't like is Original Penguin. The Gradient Orange to Red, the other line from Penguin. That's the only Penguin fragrance I don't like. I literally like all the rest of them from both lines. Now, this is not my favorite in this line. My favorite is still Original Blend. Has that bitter orange and suede pencil shavings kind of smell. I really, really dig Original Blend. It's my favorite in this line. But this is solid nonetheless. This has a dry wood smell also going for it, but still has this herbal green freshness going on with a little bit of citrus that kind of comes across as grapefruit. Again, could be wrong. That's just how it comes across to me. And this is another one that's a solid fragrance. I would easily give this like a 5.5. It's not great. Solid. You could do a lot worse with 15 bucks. This is one of those types of fragrances. You guys hear me say that a lot, that you could do a lot worse with a certain amount than this particular fragrance. Same thing here. For $15, I mean, come on, guys. There's a lot worse $15 fragrances at these rack stores. They're in abundance. That's the majority of what you see is these $20 and below fragrances at these rack stores. They flood the rack stores. That's the majority of what you'll see. And this is going to be one of the better ones. These Penguin fragrances are some of the best bangs for your buck if you're on a very, very, very tight budget, but need or want a new fragrance to kind of change up your game a little bit. Maybe you're a one fragrance kind of guy and you can only spend 20 bucks. After tax, this is going to be under 20 bucks, and you're going to smell good. You're going to smell fresh and clean. It's not the most generic fragrance in the world, but it's definitely a generic, basic, fresh, green, aquatic-ish type of smell. It doesn't really come across watery, but it's so juicy fresh. And when I say juicy, it's like mouth-wateringly fresh. Definitely lovely. Yeah, I would give this one a 5.5. It's the lowest rating in the video. It's the freshest fragrance in the video, but it's also the most generic fragrance in the video. So that rating kind of goes hand in hand, but 5.5 is not a bad fragrance. 3, 3.5, 4, that's a bad fragrance. 5 and above, it's at least a good fragrance. Anytime I give something a 5 to 6, it's a good fragrance. 7 to 8 is a very good fragrance. 8 and above is a great fragrance, just for some perspective for how when I throw these numbers around what I actually mean by it. And this is a good fragrance. It's decent. It's doable. It works in a pinch. You know what I mean? You could do a lot worse with $15, as I said before. I like it. It smells good. Yeah, it's solid. Penguin Premium Blend. So that's the 3 I picked up from this round at TJ Maxx. Totally different TJ Maxx and Ross. They're actually next door to each other. So to recap, Penguin Premium Blend, a 5.5 out of 10. It's a good fragrance. It's decent. Really kind of a completionist thing, adding to my collection. I have most of the Penguin fragrances. The wow factor for me that I wasn't expecting is Guess Man Forever. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. This is a really good fragrance. I like this. I like this a lot. This really surprised me. There it is. Whew. I really like this. It's similar. It's to something. Can't pinpoint what it is. But I'm digging it. If you like sweet fragrances, roll the dice on this one if you see it out there. Obviously, you can't test it. I don't know if you go to a Guess store if you'd be able to test it. But see, this is the rack stores. I think it's a pretty solid little fragrance. Little fragrance. Because of the price point, I say little. And then I believe I gave a 6.5. 6 or a 6.5. I think a 6.5 to Obsession Night. Yeah, it's getting more herbal, dark. It's got to be some star anise or some licorice. Like I said, it's like taking Mont Blanc Legend Night and mixing it with the original Armani Code. It's kind of the way I would equate this scent profile. I like it. It's different. It's mature without smelling old. It's sweet but not playful. That's why I say mature but not old smelling. Because there's a darkness, a dark nature, not just a ton of spice and smoke to make it dark, but there's a almost aged leathery type of background to add to this darkness. I'm not sure if there's any leather, but that's kind of the ambiance that it's putting off. I really like this. I really do. This is kind of a diverse little collection here. This can be your out the shower spray for whatever, you know, going to the gym, going to work, day off. This can be a daily wear for you if you like sweet fragrances, and this can be your date night fragrance. It's kind of a diverse little haul here. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. Do any of you have any of these 3? I'm sure there's people that are going to sound off about this, and a bunch of you will sound off about this, but I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on Guess Man Forever for those of you that have tried it. What do you think about this? I think this is a great little hidden gem. Really, these Guess fragrances have been impressing me as of late. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 3 and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.